Hello YouTube, Bradley Viking here. I got a tripod, so a new camera angle, so you can see more of how terrible disorganized my room is. Hooray! Just gonna pop on quick with my own personal thoughts, experiences with the gym reopening after quarantine and everything. Because it has definitely changed, but I think first off, everybody working in some sort of fitness facility needs like applause, pat on the back for all the stuff they've done to allow people to go back to the gym and try to be like balance it between trying to be as normal as possible and yet doing what we can to keep everything safe and sanitized and try to, flatten the curve, slow the spread, however you want to put it. But yeah, so for reference, I attend my dojo, Arashi Do. I have a Goodlife membership, and then I got kind of pressured, slash by niceness in good old Canadian standards, I have a Crunch membership as well. So Crunch is like a really good gym, and they have really low prices because they very much are like we actually want to encourage people to get better themselves. The only thing is, at least where I'm at, because they're kind of a newer operation, they have very few locations, and none of those locations really work for me. Because either I have to go downtown and pay for parking, which then negates the whole how much I'm saving on the membership anyways. And I don't know, because I grew up in Sherwood Park, I have a fundamental disdain for paying for parking in principle, but also because that adds up real quick. Like $15 or $20 a day gets ridiculous if you're going out there, down there every day, or every other day, or whatever. And they have my Goodlife membership, which is it's pricier, but they have clubs everywhere. And at no Goodlife location I've been to yet has it been somewhere where I need to pay for parking. There's usually some sort of parking I can get. And there's a Crunch in the West Hampton Mall, but that's on the West End, and I'm on the East End. So it is rather inconvenient. I go there sometimes, but it's out of the way, one could say. I have Goodlife locations far closer to me. And also, they are running a bit differently. And then Dojo's the dojo. It's doing its thing. We're cleaning, and that's much more focused because it is a select community, much smaller community in there. So we all work together. We pull together. There's an app, so you pre-sign up, basically saying I'm going to this class so we can keep the numbers low. But even then, because of the nature of martial arts, numbers have always been on the lower end. Just how she goes, especially for people who stick at it. Middle, we have an amazing community, and if we all get together, all our members, there are a lot of us, but we're spread up different locations. People are still training through Zoom classes. Some people are just making their own decisions, and then there's also just different disciplines. So per discipline, per class, keep the numbers down, limit contact, and then everyone's pulling together to sanitize in between classes, and it is great. And we've worked it out, and it's just really nice being back there. Ironically, the dojo costs more than the Crunch and the Goodlife combined. But I will stand my flag in the ground and say it's worth every penny, and I would never, I'd have to be jobless and homeless and just completely destitute. And even then, I would just go cry to Sensei. Sensei, I'll mop your bats more. I already mop. I'd do something. I'd figure I'd pay in chores. Or my soul, or give him a niece. Okay, that was a weird tangent. To the places I go with lift weights. So I said, Crunch, just great facility. Some of their machines look kind of cool, slightly intimidating. And I think their weights are you ever go to a different gym and the weights are different weights? In the machines, sometimes the way the machines are set up, some of them, these weights are heavier than the ones at Goodlife. Because the hip abductor machine. At Crunch it maxed out at 205, but it feels like a heavier. Goodlife they max out 295. and it's like, but like sometimes I can barely get to like the 200 point on the crunch machine, where I can like get 250 on the Goodlife machine. So I'm like, what's going on here? Is it my mojo that day? Are these weights different weights? How does this numbering system work? I don't know. Also, crunch locations come with punching bags, and I like punching things. It's just that I got, yeah. And crunch doesn't have, they have classes. All gyms, most gyms that you're paying more than like $5 to attend, have some sort of fitness classes in them. I don't know, maybe Fit for Less does not. I've not checked out Fit for Less, so don't quote me on that. Like Goodlife has a bunch of classes, and I don't attend them. Maybe I should. I keep getting invited to a 6 a.m. one with one of my friends, but it's just like 6 a.m. You never know what I'm going to do, though. But yeah, my main experience is Goodlife, just locations accessible, and there's an app, and you go in the app, and then you book your workout. So you can either book a class, and be like, I'm going to go to body pump, or whatever, or you can book a workout slot. So the way they do is they're open for 1 hour slots, and then they shut down for half an hour and like lock the doors and sanitize. So I mean, you can just show up in membership, and if like the numbers are low enough, they're like, okay, you can come in. But it's just easier for everyone if you just like go in the app, and then you're like, I'm gonna come into like the Goodlife here at 123 Street. Try to hide my location now. 123 Street, and I'm gonna, okay, you can go on 11 o'clock, and even if you go on the app, it can show you like our max capacity is 57 people, and currently 38 people are registered, so you can get a good idea. That's pretty nice, and most of them are pretty like on the ball, depending on which location you go to, and they let you in like between 10-15 minutes early if things are going good. Though like the other day, they didn't let me in until like 5 minutes before, and I was like, what's going on? Because as much as like keeping focused, I have been able to like get my gym routine down to like a solid hour, because it will let you have an hour. It feels like really my whole thing is like 75 minutes, like getting in there, getting in the locker room, dropping my stuff off, getting like a little warm up. So like I do kind of skip having a warm up, skip a lot of stretching. Try that like warm up kind of outside waiting for the doors to open, and then like I stretch when I get home. But I remember. But I'm able to come in there. I do about like 4 or 5 different like lifts. Like, I got my leg. Basically, I just split up like leg day, arm day, arm and chest, and then back and shoulders and leg day again. The basic, what I understand to be a basic bro split. Yeah, like you hear about like push and pull day, and I'm like, bro. just go bro at me, and I'll bro out, despite my weird nerdiness. That I want to be a bro. Just want to be everything, really. And like, yeah, today was Batman Day, so Batman Day is leg day, because Batman doesn't skip leg day. It's in a song from the Lego Batman movie. It's an amazing movie. Just throwing that one out there. Oh, if you guys want, I will freaking review Batman movies. I'll do it. But yeah, all 5 of my dedicated fans, I love all of you personally. Anyone who dares, sit here and watch me talk and ramble on. But yeah, it's kind of a funny thing. First, going into you open up like, oh, it's only gonna be an hour to book. Like, this is a pain because you can't just like walk in whenever you want. Like, Crunch doesn't like encourage you to stay for only an hour, but I don't see them like monitoring that. Like, they don't really monitor it, and I'm like, how do they know when I leave? How do they know if I'm not just still here? Like, what's up with that? And you can just drop in like whenever they're open, and that's sweet. But I kind of like the structure of Goodlife. Me, I'm a person who works better with structure. So like, okay, I only got an hour, so I gotta stay focused. I gotta get this done, right? Gotta do this exercise. Like, I have my list, do my exercise, and I write down like I lifted this much weight, so I know next time like how much weight I should be about lifting, how this should feel. And it's also filled with like random notes and me beating myself up, like, what the hell am I doing? Why did I wimp out? get your better form. Like they're just random notes, and it might look. I don't know how other people's workout journals would look. Mine's on my iPad because I like my technology. I'm also the worst person ever at the gym because I'm walking around. I got my water bottle, my headphones, and my phone, and my iPad, and my mask because you need to have your mask now according to bylaws. You have to have your mask when you're entering, and you need to be wearing it like on your face, and then you have it when you go into the locker room, and then we come out. Only when we come out to the locker room on the gym floor can you take it off. So take off when you're exercising. But I basically, like 99% people, I basically, once I start my workout, I leave it off until I finish my workout. But then, like, finish my workout, slap it right back on, go to the locker room. There's that. I did one time see this one girl when the mask laws, like, first kind of came in. And she would literally, like, she'd do an exercise to, like, have it off, and then she'd put it back on when she was moving. Like, and I was like, I respect you for that. But mine has, like, these ties, and it's annoying to tie it back up. That's petty. But I am appreciating the structure also because I can link the app, like the bookings in the app, to my calendar. So my calendar will give me a reminder, like, you are going to Goodlife in an hour. And if you, like, the traffic's like this, and it'll take you 15 minutes to get there. Like, that's nice. So I really just kind of jumped on it and really taking advantage. And everything else is, like, the same. Like, they're very much like, we have sanitized stuff everywhere. Make sure you wipe your equipment down. But honestly, if you weren't wiping your equipment down before COVID, you were a jerk. Like, wipe your stuff down. I wipe my stuff down before, I wipe my stuff down now. I maybe take a bit more care of, like, getting every single nook and cranny supposed to, like, there's where my sweat was. And I was like, okay, what did I possibly contact? And I didn't really wipe down dumbbells before, because it was like, yeah, a little bit of sweat on the dumbbells will be fine. And I was like, well, I don't want my diseases spreading, so I wipe my dumbbells down. I have improved. Also, half the because cardio equipment's like right next to each other, treadmills, bicycles, what have you. So now half of them, so every other one is now taped off, like closed for business. But I'm yet to see any machines be closed for business. They're usually far enough apart to kind of allow that. Also, they're all different, so it's impractical and not fair. But yeah, so you have half the number of treadmills. Which is, I never see a situation where like all the treadmills and all the bikes and stuff are used up. But all the benches still get claimed, like, all the time. That's the most frustrating thing at the gym. You want to go, like, do exercise with dumbbells. Like, on my arm days and my back and shoulder days, I have a lot of, like, bench-related dumbbell exercises. And yes, I'm terrible for, like, scratching my nose and such. I should wash my hands after this video. And, like, my number one thing of annoyance at the gym, like, I don't care exactly what you do, what you wear. I might care what you smell like if your smell is that strong. But it's just the thing when, like, you're trying, I just want to do, like, my bench. I just want to do my chest press. And skip all these people or want to do, like, my shoulder press. And just, everyone's taking all the benches. And so, like, oh, we're supposed to be lower number. But, like, your average Goodlife, there's about 5 or 6 benches. So, yeah, it doesn't take that much to get them all claimed. And I'm also, again, with being a slightly terrible person, I admit, like, when I claim a bench, it's, like, in use. I'm using that for about 15, 20 minutes, possibly. Like, because my stuff, it's like, and I'll try to, like, do as many exercises as I can related to that. So, like, for instance, on arm and chest day, I'll do my bicep, my chest press, my bicep curls. But my bicep curls is I claim the area too. Like I stand next to the bench for reasons. And on shoulder day is like I do a shoulder press, and then also off the bench a row. And so I use the bench for that, and then I also just hang out there when I'm doing my lat raises. But yeah, other than like those kinds of things, everything else is more or less as it was before. People just try to make a bigger effort to stay away from each other. But like, my gym mentality was always, like, unless I specifically came with a friend, I found it very hard to talk to people. Even times where I kind of wanted to approach people and talk to them, I was more just like, I'm going to stay back here and like look at you and like appreciate your form or criticize your form, whichever was appropriate. And other than the one day when I literally just was a superhero and I had to help the blind man and the girl who was not blind but was stuck with a foot strap, but like calling for help, like I have to help you. So like helped a person or two. Now it's just like much more distance, but like that's not as different from me. I'm not like I'm at the gym. I have work to do. I'm not gonna stand around and talk to people. I'm not the type of person to even feel very comfortable with random people at a gym like I don't know. Like if I know you, oh yeah, I'll say hi, but like who are you? He was like, I see you all the time, but yeah, gyms are open, dojos are open. I know there's a lot of scary stuff, but like honestly, people are trying their best to keep it clean, and I would find it very unlikely that these would be major sources for outbreaks. So, in the words of Ramsey Dewey, get out there and train.